I'm not saying that I think she knew everything. Do I think that she was aware to the extent that he was spending or where the money was coming from? I don't know. That's a big reach to say, unequivocally, yes, I believe that. And I want to give her the benefit of the doubt to say that she didn't know everything. But if you're spending how much money a month on a card, and I think she knew that the business was paying the card, she's no dummy. I will say that. And because she has a survivor mentality, I mean, she's shared it all now. It's not like I'm saying something that's not out there. I'm making this up. Her mom was from her words, a mean mom, dug her nails into her, hit her, never gave her love. She felt like she was the mom. Erika said she felt like she was the mom of the relationship. She didn't have love, never knew the dad, wanted to get out and have a career, went to Jersey and became a stripper, had a kid at a young age, abandoned the child at a toddler, moved to LA to have a career. That didn't take off, worked as a waitress. And then here comes Tom Girardi, gets a divorce. She's like, I'm gonna slip him my number and I'm just gonna make that work. And that's what she did. So to say she's a survivor, she's crafty, in my opinion. And I don't think that she has a lot of people around her that she's close to. This is, again, just my opinion. I think that she's lacked love in her life from what I've seen. If she's been with Tom for how many years, and I don't think Tom was necessarily a great husband to her from what I saw and the way he did talk to her, but she took it all because he was paying the bills. That was that was the trade-off. And she made that work because that was what it was. The career didn't happen. She found Tom Girardi, and then I don't know if she talked him into funding her career or if that was his idea or whatever it was. She put all the eggs into that basket. And I read something, I don't know what it was, a couple days ago that said in the last 3 months or month and a half of their marriage before she filed for divorce, she had spent a lot of money, fully knowing she's getting out, but running up the credit cards. You know that the business, that the law firm is paying the credit card bills. You know you're leaving. It's money, honey. That's it. That's all it was. It was a business deal for her. I don't think she has close friends. I don't think she's ever known love. Now she doesn't have a career. I don't think she has anything. And it's kind of, I always say that there's choices, decisions, and consequences. You make a choice. She made a choice to marry this guy who she probably saw things at the restaurant all the time of taking care of her, and the way he talked to her when he ordered a drink. She probably knew what she was getting into. There's decisions that she had to make as far as what kind of wife she was going to be to him, what she was going to take out of the marriage, what she was going to get for it all. The business dealing of the marriage, of settling with a guy you're not really in love with. And then the consequence of all of those choices, decisions, are your consequences. You knew what you were signing up for. You got the career, you wanted to spend $40,000 a month on glam. I do believe you knew that the law firm was paying your bills.
You think she knew that? Like, you think she knew?
100%, I think she knew. Yes.
And so the motivation from her part with so do you think she knew that he was somehow taking money from somewhere that he wasn't earning? You do?
I think that she knew that the money was coming from the law firm. And I think that, I don't think she's a dummy to think that that kind of money, for the amount of money that they were spending, is growing on trees. And I do think that Tom would say, hey, I won a lawsuit. This is how much money was awarded. She can do the math of what his percentage is. Listen, I was married. I was married to a football player before. I'm married to a football player now. Anyone can read in the newspaper what NFL players are making in a contract season. I don't have to see a check stub to figure out what's coming in the tax. She's no dummy.
Right.
Come
Like
on.
all of a sudden, if you had 5 planes sitting in your driveway, you would say, I don't get this.
Where, you know what I mean? If she's spending $40,000 a month on a glam squad, that means that he's got to be making at least 80,000 after, you know, taxes to pay for that. And even with all of the write-offs and everything, you got to make the money first.
And so you really think like this whole turning a blind eye or whatever was just money and greed? Like,
for her, there was one, I think it was a season after, I don't know, it was a little clip. And I remember being at their house and looking at the art on the walls. And Tom Girardi has some pricey art.
really?
Yeah. He's more of like the contemporary, like the Chagall, Cezanne. I saw some nice art. And I remember that the day for the birthday, and I don't know where I saw it, or if it was on this episode or what, but he had given her the $250,000 or whatever the price is for the Cartier ring, right? The Panther Cartier ring. And he had also given her a piece of artwork. And it sticks in my head, because in my head, I'm thinking, wow, this is at least $1.5 million birthday gift with the art and the ring. Maybe more. I don't know. I'd have to like look into it, but it pricey. And I remember her saying, is this for me, or is this, you know, are you saying you're giving me the artwork, but is it really for you? She was very aware of what he had and what things cost.
She was.
Oh yeah, come on.